Good morning. During this Christmas season, we'll look at the first letter of St. John. And today we're in chapter 2, verses 22 to 28. And I would say the basic fundamental principle of the apostles' early message, what they began to proclaim is that Jesus Christ is Lord, that he is the Son of God, that he comes from the Father, and is truly divine and truly human. We take that hopefully we take that for granted, but you never know these days. But for the early Christians, that was it. That was the message. And how did they know that was true? Because he rose from the dead. And so St. John in chapter 2 says, whoever denies that Jesus is the Christ, whoever denies the Father and the Son is the Antichrist. Okay, so I know that Antichrist kind of has that end of the world type of feeling to it, and we kind of link it to a certain individual. And, all that might be the case down the road. But I think what St. John is trying to tell us here, that if you deny that Jesus is the Christ, that if he is not the Son of God, then that's pretty much, one putting himself out of the Christian circle, out of the Christian church, out of the faith, to deny that's the core, that's the bind that holds everything together. So as Catholics, the teachings on the Eucharist and forgiveness of sins and grace and the moral theology, everything stems from the fact that it comes from Jesus Christ, who is truly the Son of God. And so if you remove that facet, if you deny that, if you say that Jesus is a teacher or just a prophet, but a human being, a human person, just like everyone else, but just one with great wisdom and virtue and stuff like that. If that's the belief, at least according to St. John, I would say towards the church, that's just not part of the Christian faith, So St. John continues, let what you heard from the beginning, again, from the very beginning, Jesus Christ is Lord, or let it remain in you. And when it remains in you and you believe that and you want to adhere your life to that, he says this, that the promise that is made to us is what? Eternal life. That the idea, again, God becoming man, God rising from the dead, and God wishing to bestow his divine eternal life upon us. That's what we believe. That's the core. And everything else flows from that basic principle right there. So again, during the Christmas seasons, we approach the Epiphany, again, another moment of God's revelation to us here in creation, in the flesh, as we'll see in the Wise Men on Sunday. We continue to believe and proclaim, and let it be a very fundamental principle in our life, that God became man, God lived among us, and God grants us the gift of eternal life. May God bless you.